Hi folks, welcome to my irregulars and those of you who are walking through the door for the first time. You ever needed a little bit of courage? Maybe spiking your drink with something. You know, that's called a little bit of Dutch courage. Of course you get Irish coffees. So we're going to do something pretty simple here. It's not going to be Dutch courage or Irish courage, if that makes any sense. We're going to be doing a little bit of maybe Spanish courage. So in this episode of Hit the Mahogany, we are going to be doing the Carajillo 43. Now, started off there saying Carajillo 43. Apologies for my pronunciation as I work through this. But working backwards, Carajillo is basically a very popular Latin American drink, Spanish drink, where it is a coffee, most likely an espresso, very strong coffee that's spiked with a hard liquor. Irish whiskey is a very good example. I'm trying to think of an espresso. We're going to get there actually, because this one's not too far away from an espresso. Please, it isn't an espresso. And if you're already like, oh bloody hell, I just don't like espressos, check out a couple of my recipes for espressos. They are very, very good. Not sickly, not sweet, really, really nicely balanced. Enough of that little bit of marketing there. So acquire Carajillo. So back in many, many years, hundreds, centuries, decades, Spain used to occupy Cuba, and the soldiers there used to, for coraje, I'm trying to, apologies folks if that's Spanish for courage, they would add some spirit to their coffee. And as you look at the diminutive version of that, Carajillo, and then as you keep going, you then end up with Carajillo. So now you kind of got a little bit of the background of where maybe the terminology came from. Now that's the general term for type of coffee. Most commonly, you're going to have your liquor, bit of ice on it, hot espresso. Just take the hot espresso, pour it over the drink, and it's a fantastic after dinner drink. Well, I imagine so, because I've never actually had one yet. But this one's the Carajillo 43. Why? Because we are using Licor 43 in this, which is very popular for some of these drinks. I think in Mexico it's very popular, and hopefully in Spain as well, since it's actually Spanish. And of course we've got espresso here. I'm going to do a shaken one and not one that's hot. Well, I could shake a hot one, I suppose, if you wanted to. You want to shake a hot one, but we'll do a cold one. Anyway, I have never had Licor 43, so I've got a big bottle to get through. I said, you should always taste what your ingredients are going to be. You know, taste your ingredients by themselves. You actually get an understanding of what you're actually drinking. So here, I can tell by the viscosity of this that it's certainly sweet. So if there's only two ingredients in this, coffee, espresso, maybe a little bit bitter, this is certainly going to sweeten it up and balance it out. What does it taste like though? Bang, vanilla, straight off the front. I don't think you need a PhD to derive that one. So there's meant to be 43 herbs, spices, whatever in there, which is why it's called Licor 43. Bit of cinnamon. I think there's a bit of clove coming in there. And then of course there's all these other herbs, so it's like many things. We just did a cocktail there with drambuie in it. That's a liqueur macerated with herbs as well. There's always something stands out. This one, it's definitely the vanilla. Very nice. If you like amaretto in a drink, people who really like that almond flavour, if you're the type of person that likes the vanilla flavour, I can tell this one's going to go down well. And I think even just this over ice, for somebody that doesn't like anything that's too strong, even although this is... Actually, I forgot to check. I don't know what the percent of alcohol is on this. 750 ml. I can't see it just now. I don't have my glasses on, so that doesn't help much. But again, the sweetness can actually hide the strength of it. So a little bit of ice, you could probably get through a few of these, that's for sure. I like this, by the way. I'm wondering if there's one that's an amaretto and a Licor 43. Alright, So we know where Carajillo came from, we know what the ingredients are, we've got our espressos here. Now you can use hot ones, these are still a little bit warm, hid them in this little cute espresso maker here. We're just going to get it knocked together. Alright, I'm going to be doing 2. So what do we do? I've got 2 shots of espresso here. Number 1, it's a little bit warm, and number 2, here we go. It's only 2 ingredients, that's it. You can get this in smaller bottles as well. I'm a glutton, so why the fuck not? Now, Licor 43, their own website, actually has a whole load of recipes. It's like 1 part, you know, to your espresso, and they've got 1 3/4 fluid ounces. And I'm like, that 1/4 ounce, you know what? So I'm just gonna call it 2. All right. And since I'm doing 2, I'll put that in there. Sorry, I'm laughing because it's just glugging away there. The type of spout on that, making that noise. All right, that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Get some ice in. Got our ice. Now we are going to dilute it and chill it. So give me a few seconds while we get this chilled down. Done. Nice bit of condensation on the outside there. We know it's chilled. Now it's usually small. You can get Licor 43 glasses. I don't have those. Small coffee glasses. I don't know. I suppose you could get small. Yeah, I don't really have anything that was a small coffee glass per se, but I had these little this number here, and I thought they just added a nice little bit of style to this one. So got it shaken, got it chilled. Let's get it poured out. Of course, the coffee itself creates quite a crema. And actually, I think the size of this glass has come out pretty nicely actually for this. That looks really nice, doesn't it? This little foamy head on it there. There we go. And there we have it. There's no other garnishes on this. Now, as you actually look into the making of a Carajillo itself, there are different ways of actually making it. Like heating the spirit with coffee beans in it, adding a cinnamon stick, then maybe the rind of a lemon, or coating the rim of the sugar and coating the rim of a glass with sugar and then scorching that to give it a bit of a caramel flavour and a little bit of the sweetness as well. If you're interested, you can keep looking into that, the Carajillo, and there's various different ways of making it. As I say, this is a shaken Carajillo 43, so we're not going to all that palaver. We're just going straight in for a quick kill. Alright, after dinner, Carajillo 43. Never tried this one, here we go. You know, you get these drinks that are after dinner drinks, and you know they're going to relax you a little bit. It's just nice to finish a meal. There's caffeine in that, it's coffee. It's very bloody drinkable. So you're going to have this as an after dinner drink. And you know what, I could bang through probably half a dozen of these quite very, very nicely. So you're after dinner. The good thing about it, you've got a full tummy, so you're not going to get too drunk, definitely, but this is wicked nice. Now, what does it taste like? That size of espresso. So this espresso shot is about 3/4 full. It was probably around about somewhere between 3 to 4 fluid ounces. The Licor 43, perfect balance of sweetness versus the bitterness of the coffee. That's amazing. That is just perfect. It's not cloying. If you don't like strong, bitter coffee, it's just not, it's perfect. Coffee doesn't overkill Licor 43, Licor 43 doesn't overkill the coffee. It's that faint vanilla flavour coming through. And then there's other flavours that are kind of rumbling around in your mouth. They seem to pair very well with that coffee. And that's the challenge. They're pairing up so well, it's very difficult to actually make any distinction beyond the vanilla. I'm not going to go any more into that. I think that's it. There's not much more to be said. 2 ingredients, shaken, chilled, poured, and it is freaking delicious. That is really, really good. Well worth it. I'd like to try this one hot as well, since that's the original method for actually doing that. And who knows? Got the espresso maker out, maybe I'll do it. So, nice job, Licor 43. Anyway, everybody, cheers and enjoy your Carajillo 40, your shaken Carajillo 43. Cheers. That's bloody delicious.